Hello and welcome to On the Mat with Lydia. That's me. And whatever has brought you to your yoga practice today, you are very welcome here. Today's class is yoga for when you feel burnt out. So burnout is when we're really overdoing things. Your body is exhausted, your mind is overwhelmed. So this practice is your time for yourself to slow things down, to nourish your body, and to really take this time for you. So whenever you're ready, let's get on the mat. Let's start out today in a comfortable seated position. So please find yourself there, rooting down through your sits bones, relaxing the arms and legs. And if it feels safe and comfortable for you, you can close your eyes here. Allowing yourself these first few moments of your practice today to slow things down. Letting go of your day so far. Letting go any to-do lists or thoughts of plans to come. Instead, allowing yourself to be here, right now. Really present in your body, present with your breath, with permission to simply be here, with permission to slow down, with permission to nourish yourself, knowing that you deserve that. It all starts right here with your breath. Breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your nose or mouth. Finding this steady rhythm of your own breath. Not controlling or forcing your breath in any way, but falling into this natural rhythm, this natural ebb and flow. And as you find your breath, notice if you can start to relax a little bit more in your body. Perhaps noticing some emotions that are popping up or thoughts that try to butt in. Smiling here at whatever you find. Acknowledging what you've brought with you onto your mat. And knowing that that is all part of you. It is all okay. It is all allowed. And this time on your mat can be whatever you need it to be today. With your next breath in, I invite you to stretch your arms out and up to the sky. As you breathe out, releasing your arms out and down. Flipping your palms up as you inhale and reach for the sky. And exhale, palms down, arms come down. One breath, one movement as you inhale and sweep your arms up. And exhale to bring your arms down. This time as you inhale, reach your arms to the sky. As you exhale, bring your hands down over your heart, one hand stacked on top of the other. Finding the reason that you came here to your mat today. What do you need from this practice? What do you need in this moment? And let this be your intention for this time on your yoga mat today. Bringing this intention with you through every breath, through every movement. Setting that intention now with a big breath in. And let it out. Relaxing your arms. If your eyes are still closed, please flutter them open, returning to this space. Moving nice and slowly now, let's come onto hands and knees, finding our tabletop position. Spreading your knees nice and wide apart, let's bring the big toes together to touch. As you inhale, lift your heart, start to arch your back. And as you exhale, round your spine and sit your hips back towards your heels. Inhaling to come back up, lifting your chest, finding your cow pose. Exhaling to round back, coming towards your child's pose. 3 more times like that. As you inhale, coming forward, lift the chest. As you exhale, round your spine and sit back. Twice more, moving at your own pace. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling to your cow. And this time as you exhale, rounding back towards your child's pose, please stay there. Letting your chest come down towards the floor, your forehead maybe meeting the mat or the backs of your hands. Really stretching your fingertips far out in front of you, letting your hips reach back behind you. Breathing into the entirety of your body here as you take an inhale and exhale. Now as you inhale, start to rise up, keeping your arms forward, keeping the big toes together. And swinging your hips over to the right, start to circle your hips down towards the mat. Then swing your hips to the left and circle your hips to your heels. Making these nice big rotations through the hips here as you move to the right, down through center, to the left, and back. Please do this a few more times in this direction. Taking your time and making this movement as big or as small as you want it to be today. When you're ready, please switch directions with those circles. Taking a few rotations the other way. Finding this really organic movement through the body, finding a little freedom through the hips and the spine as we start out our practice today. Now the next time that your hips move back towards your heels, please stay dropping down towards your child's pose once again. Rooting down through the palms, clawing down through the tips of your fingers. Take your next inhale to rise up, tucking your toes now behind you. As you exhale, send your hips up and back and find downward facing dog. If it feels nice, you might pedal out your heels, bending one knee then the other. Maybe it feels good to nod your head yes, shake it out no. Letting yourself really settle into this shape today. Maybe your first down dog of the day. So let it sink in. Find your breath here. Feel into your body. Let's take another breath in. And breath out. Bending your knees deeply, take a walk towards the top of your mat. Step by step, feet coming up to meet your hands until you land in a forward fold. Letting the upper body hang heavy, knees staying bent a little or a lot here for now. Maybe even grabbing opposite elbows, taking a little sway side to side. That might feel good for the low back today. Keeping that steady rhythm of your breath in and out. As we take another inhale here. And exhale. Bringing your hands now up to your hips. With your next inhale, slowly rise up to standing. No rush to get there. Eventually coming all the way up into your mountain pose, Tadasana, at the top of your mat. With an inhale, sweep your arms out and up to the sky. As you exhale, grab your right wrist and stretch over to the side. Rooting down through your right foot, reaching through the right arm. Feel that space through the side waist. Take another inhale here. And exhale. Inhale brings you back through center, releasing that right wrist, grabbing the left, so that you can exhale, reach up and over into that side bend. Continuing to root through the feet, feel that support of your mat underneath you as you stretch with another breath in and breath out. Inhaling up through center, arms reach to the sky. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Take a moment to pause. Take a breath in, reminding yourself of your intention, that reason you came to your mat today. With a breath out, relax your arms by your sides. Release your shoulders down your back. Beautiful. Stepping your left foot back behind you now, please turn to face the long edge of your mat. So feet are nice and wide apart. Left toes will stay facing that long edge, or right toes will turn to face the top edge of your mat. With an inhale, bend into your front knee, stretch your arms out to a T, and find your warrior two. If it feels nice, you might wiggle around a little bit, readjust until you settle into your warrior two for the day, whatever that feels like for you right now. Let's take another breath in right here and breath out. With your next inhale, flip that right palm to the sky. As you exhale, reach your right arm up and back. Let that left arm sweep down in front of your hips. Keeping that strong bend in your front knee as you open into that side bend. Let's take another inhale here. Now as you exhale, start to hinge forward, bringing a right arm to right thigh, letting that left arm now sweep overhead. Turning your chest open towards the sky, take an inhale in your side angle. And exhale. Inhale, sweeping up and back once again to reverse warrior. This time, left arm comes behind the low back. With a breath in, start to straighten through your right leg. As you breathe out, bring that right arm all the way forward, send the left hip back as you come down to your triangle pose. Right hand settling above or below that right knee, and left shoulder gently drawing back, helping you to open your chest. Let's stay for another full breath in and complete breath out. As you inhale, rebend your front knee, arms to a T. Exhale, hands pinwheel all the way to the mat. Frame that right foot as you square off your hips. Inhale, begin to shift your weight forward to that right leg. Exhale, lift the left leg as you fold over your right thigh. Standing splits, lengthening back through the left toes, anchoring down through your right foot. Finding this strength and elegance here as you take another inhale. With your exhale, lightly land your left foot next to your right and find your forward fold. Hands to your hips. Take an inhale, rise to standing. Take your time. Exhale, Tadasana, arms by your sides. Now bringing weight over into your left foot, please pop your right heel. Start to open your right hip wide and slide your right heel in to meet your left ankle. Hands can come to your hips if that feels supportive for you as we move into our tree pose here today. Option 1 is right here, heel to ankle. Option 2, foot to calf. Option 3, foot to inner thigh. Wherever you are, just making sure your foot is not pressing into your knee. Finding a moment to balance here. Really pushing that left foot down, lifting up tall through the crown of your head. And if it feels fun for you today, maybe you play around with your arms a little bit. Maybe stretching out, stretching up, even taking a little movement. What do you need from your practice today? Give yourself just that. We have another inhale right here in our tree pose. Now, as you exhale, start to unwind, bringing that right knee to point forward, releasing your foot from your leg. And let's step that right foot way back, turning open once again to face that long edge of your mat. All 10 toes point forward, and arms are going to stretch out wide to a T. Let's take an inhale right here. As you exhale, bend into your right knee, stretch your left hand over to tap your right toes. Inhale, slowly move back through center. Exhale, bend your left knee, stretch the right hand to tap your left toes. Inhale, back through center. Let's keep that going. Exhale, reach over, tap those right toes. Inhale through center. Exhale. Keep that going. Inhale through center. Exhale, tap the toes. Inhale. And exhale. You got it. This time as you inhale, come back through center, arms to a T. Exhale, hinge from your hips, begin to fold forward. Hands drop down, find your shins, your ankles, maybe your big toes. Folding straight down between the legs here to get that really sweet stretch for the hips, for the inner thighs. Letting your knees be bent a little or a lot if that feels good, so your upper body can really hang heavy. Taking a few moments to be still here, to feel into your body, to find your breath. Let's stay for 3 more rounds of breath here. Always the option to come out a little bit sooner if that feels better for your body today. As you're ready, slowly sliding your hands back up towards your hips. Pushing down through your feet, take an inhale to rise to standing. No rush to get there. Finding the legs wide, still facing that long edge of your mat. Now we're going to keep those right toes facing the long edge, left toes turned to the top of your mat. Take an inhale into your warrior 2. Once again, first few breaths, yours to wiggle around, readjust to find your warrior 2 shape for the day. As you settle into stillness, take a breath in and breath out. With an inhale, please flip your left palm to the sky. Exhale, reach up and back to reverse warrior, letting that right arm reach forward right by your hips. Anchoring down through that back foot, reaching out through that left arm. Let's take another breath in here. As you breathe out, make your way to side angle, right arm overhead, left arm to your thigh. Feel that length of the side waist as you take a big breath in here and breath out. Then inhale back to your reverse warrior, this time right arm behind your back. Taking an inhale to straighten through your front leg, feel that stretch. Then exhale to your triangle, left hand comes down, right hip kicks back, opening the chest. Really feeling that length through the legs, length through your spine. Getting a really sweet stretch for the entire body here. So let's stay for another inhale and exhale. With your inhale, moving back through warrior two. Exhale, hands come all the way to the mat, squaring your hips and shoulders. Bringing weight forward with your inhale, standing on that left leg. Take your exhale to lift your right leg, folding down into your standing splits. Doesn't matter how high that right leg lifts, just looking for this length, this power back through the leg. Beautiful. Take another inhale here. As you exhale, lightly land your right foot next to your left. Find your forward fold. Inhale, sweeping up to stand. This time, maybe the arms reach out and up with you. Exhale, hands come down through heart center, finding your mountain pose. Rooting your weight into your right foot this time, let's pop that left heel. Turning your left hip open and sliding your heel to meet your ankle. Finding your tree pose here. Again, this is option one. Option two, your foot can slide up to your inner calf. Option three, that left foot finds your inner right thigh. Now, whatever level you choose does not have to be the same option you took on the other side. Just finding the version of the shape that feels most supportive for you here. So if you want a little challenge, maybe you lift the foot up. If you're looking for more grounding here today, maybe the foot stays down. Really listen to your body, listen to what you need from your practice today, and explore as you see fit. Beautiful. We have 3 more rounds of breath here. You got this. Let's take another inhale here. Using your exhale to slowly unwind. So turning that left knee forward, dropping your left foot down, finding your mountain pose. Awesome. Standing tall, standing strong. Take an inhale, sweep your arms out and up. As you exhale, fold forward as slow as you can go. Melting down over the legs. Taking a moment to pause here, find a little release. Let's take another breath in and breath out. Bending your knees as you plant your palms. Start to walk your feet back, lifting the hips high until you come into your downward facing dog. Pause for another moment here. If it feels good, you can take some movement. Then with your next inhale, shift your weight all the way forward to a plank, just passing through. As you exhale, lower your knees, lower your belly all the way down onto your mat. Gently sliding your hands back towards your lower ribs, anchoring the tops of your feet down into the mat. Let's take an inhale to lift the chest just a couple inches, finding your baby cobra. Anchoring your hips down, drawing your shoulders back. Taking another inhale here. And as you exhale, gently lower your forehead down. Moving now with your breath as you inhale to rise your chest. And exhale to lower down. Finding this flow here as you inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, lower down. 2 more times like that. Inhale to lift, spreading your collarbones wide. Exhale to lower, lengthening your tailbone to your heels. 1 more as you inhale, lifting your chest. As you exhale, lowering down. This time, take an inhale to lift your chest, keeping your elbows and your palms pressing down. Begin to lift your feet to hover off the floor as well. Now, if that doesn't feel good for the back body today, the feet can drop back down. If it feels okay, maybe you can start to lift the thighs, squeezing the glutes. Maybe you even choose to lift the arms today, sweeping the arms back, reaching towards the feet. Locust pose here, lifting the chest, lifting the body as you take another inhale. With your exhale, gently release, lower down, resting one cheek to the mat. Take a gentle wiggle of your hips side to side, releasing your low back. And when you're ready, hands come back to either side of your chest. Slowly pressing yourself up off of your belly through hands and knees. Bringing the knees wide, big toes together, and sitting yourself back into your child's pose. Let's take a few moments here, letting the eyes close if that feels all right for you. Letting the weight of your body relax into the support of your mat. And notice, what does it feel like to take care of yourself? To nourish yourself? Does it feel self-indulgent? Does it make you feel guilty? Or can you really let this nourishment settle into your body and calm your mind? Can you recognize that you deserve to feel good, to be well, to be taken care of? All together, let's take another inhale here. And exhale, let it out. With your next inhale, slowly rise up through hands and knees, finding your tabletop position. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees here. Bringing weight into that right hand, rooting down, so that as you inhale, you can sweep your left arm open. And exhale, thread that left arm underneath your right, reaching out until you can come down onto your left shoulder and left ear. Settling into your thread the needle, perhaps keeping that right hand by your nose, walking your fingertips forward, or even taking a half bind, sweeping that right arm behind your back, just like we did in our triangle pose earlier. And let's settle in for about 3 more rounds of breath on this side. Letting yourself really flow with that steady rhythm of your breath. Following each inhale and exhale as breath moves in and out through your nose. And if you're not already there, please bring your right hand back to the mat right in front of your nose. Taking an inhale to slowly rise up, sweep your left arm open. And exhale, bring it down to your tabletop position. Wiggle it out a little bit if that feels good. Moving to the other side when you're ready. Inhaling your right arm open. And exhaling to thread your right arm underneath your left, dropping onto your right shoulder and right ear. You know your options with that left hand, maybe walking your fingers forward, perhaps taking your half bind. And taking about 3 more rounds of breath here. Just settle into that flow of your breath. Settle into the sensation of the stretch. And if you're not already there, please bring your left hand back to the mat. Taking an inhale to rise, taking your time as you sweep your right arm open. And exhale, right hand down, wiggle it out. Beautiful. Slowly bringing yourself to a seated position now on your mat, just passing through. Bringing yourself to the middle of your mat so that you can lower yourself down all the way onto your back. As you come down onto your back, take a moment to find any comfortable shape, any final pose that you'd like to take before we move into our Shavasana here today. Really listening to your body. Finding what's going to feel best for you in this moment. Asking yourself, what do I need? Why did I come to my mat today? And eventually, stretching your legs out long on your mat. Resting your arms down by your side. Finding stillness in your final resting pose, whatever that's going to look like for you today. You can add props here. You can take a little different variation with the legs or the arms. Finding a shape that's really comfy, cozy for you here, where you feel supported by the earth underneath you. And giving yourself this time at the end of your practice to truly drop into this place of rest, of relaxation, of nourishment. This is your time to soak in everything your yoga practice has to offer you today. And this is where I'll leave you for today, to fully enjoy this time in your Shavasana. I thank you so much for meeting me on the mat. Namaste. Be well.